You know, I must admit, I always thought Dreidel was a baby game. You know, I couldn't imagine who's playing Dreidel? Like, how could you play Dreidel? But then I saw something so amazing that I want all of you, if you just would take a pencil and paper, you'll write down 4 things. You'll go crazy from what I'm about to tell you, and you'll be able to tell it over either tonight or Chanukah, or tell it over tomorrow if anybody's going to a party. Tell it to your children, grandchildren. You got to spread it around because it's unbelievable, the holiness of the Dreidel. And the Bnei Yissaschar, the Hasidic Rebbe, the Dinever Rebbe says this thing. He says, what are the 4 letters of the Dreidel? Nun, Gimel, Shin, and Hey. Right? Nun, Gimel, Shin, and Hey. He says, you know what that is? That's the history of the Jewish people. The history of all the various Golosin, all the difficult times that the Jews had. Now watch what he says. At the first Beis HaMikdash, when the first Beis HaMikdash was destroyed, we could not bring a korban. We could not bring, it's called a sacrifice. It doesn't mean sacrifice, as you'll see in a second. How does the Torah, does anybody know, how does the Torah say when a person wants to bring a sacrifice? It says, v'nefesh ki sakriv. The soul of a person wants to become close. A korban doesn't mean sacrifice, it means coming close. So nefesh, when the soul of a Jewish person wants to come close to Hashem, he brings a korban. But after the first Beis HaMikdash, that nun, that nefesh was flawed. So write down, if you can, nun is nefesh. Okay? That's the first letter. What happened by Haman? Haman, Yimach Shemo, just like Hitler wanted to kill out every Jewish body. He didn't care if somebody would convert. He wanted to kill the guf. What does guf mean? The body. He wanted to kill the body of every single Jewish man, woman, and child. So what is the gimel on the dreidel? Guf. What is nun? Let's hear. Nefesh. What is gimel? Guf. Watch this. What happened by the Yevonim? What did they want? They didn't want to kill the Jews. They wanted to change the Jews. They wanted to change our mindset, our seichel. That's what the shin or sin is, seichel. They wanted to show us not Torah chas v'shalom is important, not that mitzvot are important. Culture, the human body, literature, art, science, math, that's what the Greeks were into. So they're trying to change our seichel. That was the golus of seichel. So what is nun? Nefesh. What is gimel? Guf. What is shin? Seichel. Says the Bnei Yissaschar, look around today. Today, ha-koil. We have every type of galut. Hamas is trying to kill us. Of course, in the time of the Bnei Yissaschar, he wasn't talking about Hamas. He was talking about those in his generation. But we look around, Hamas, right? They're trying to get rid of us. Okay? And you have Nebuch, we still cannot bring the korban. So the nefesh is flawed. And the seichel, look at America, trying to poison us. To poison our minds. Intermarriage is worse in America than it ever was. More than 60%, Rahman al-Islam. So today, ha-koil, we have all the type of golosin. So what's nun? Nefesh. Gimel, guf. Shin is seichel. Hey is ha-koil. Writes the Bnei Yissaschar, no dreidel can spin forever. They're all going to fall. And when they all fall down, now watch what he says. You got to fasten your seatbelts to listen to this. Who knows, Begematria, how much those letters equal? Nun is how much? 50. No, altogether, Gimel is 3, Shin is 300, and Hey is 5. How much is that? 358. Get ready. You know what's Gematria 358? Mashiach. Exactly. Mem, Shin, Yud, Ches. You can go crazy. That's what the Bnei Yissaschar is telling us. All these golosim, they're going to fall. What remains? 358. And what rises from that 358? That's Mashiach. And what did Rabbi Vadia tell us? Madlikin, Shemonat Yemei Chanukah. How lucky and how fortunate we are to come here the night of Chanukah, the night of New Year's Eve, when we're not out watching the ball fall. We're here watching Torah rise because we're different. We're the Shemen. We're Yirmiyahu HaNavi. Yirmiyahu HaNavi tells us the Jews are like olives. Why? Because we're always fresh, we're always vibrant, and we keep separate, and we rise to the top. So tomorrow, make a party. Or gather all your kids around. Take some juice, and orange juice, and water, and oil. Don't worry about baltashkas. It's not baltashkas. You're teaching them something special. And you watch the oil rise to the top and tell them, my dear children and grandchildren, that's what we're all about. We rise to the top. And no matter what the nations of the world think, eventually that dreidel is going to stop spinning. It's going to fall. And from that falling, the Golusin will fall. But the 358 Mashiach will remain. It should happen in our time. Let's all become Moisef V'Hoilech people. We should reach our potential and be Zoichet to see Mashiach in our time. Thank you for inviting me, and thank you for listening.